Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. Joining us now is Red Brown, Bloomberg News earnings reporter. He's here in our Bloomberg Interactive Brokers studio. Red Brown, you're a busy guy. You're doing earnings, but you're taking the time to hang with us and talk about some stocks that are moving. What's on your radar?
You just like us that much, don't
We
you?
like red.
Yeah,
I wouldn't miss this for the world,
like
guys.
Oh. We do like red.
What's on my mind?
Careful what you say. We're going to get you in here every day.
Glued in here. What's on my mind is, I mean, there's so much to choose from today. It's barely catch my breath, but Kimberly-Clark is somewhere we can start. I thought interesting stock. They are down 6% over the last 3 days, reported earnings yesterday morning. And I pulled this one out just because I thought that their strategy with dealing with the tariff issue was quite interesting. A little bit different from some other companies we've seen who have just been saying, we don't know to the extent that we're just pulling our guidance. Kimberly-Clark kind of went in the other direction saying, we're going to give you as much information that we have. So they gave an exact number on how much they think the impact from tariff is going to be to their bottom line. They said $300 million is what we're seeing. And they also kind of played out where are the pushes and pulls that they're actually going to be able to mitigate some of those costs over the next 2 years. They're saying it's going to take them to actually get through this issue. Unfortunately, the market didn't really respond well to that strategy.
Thanks for your honesty, but hey.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, it's just interesting to hear the different ways that management teams are going about revealing this information and how much they want to reveal. And it does seem like when these companies are pulling their guidance, that seems to be almost the best case scenario right now for, like, we've seen a couple of the airlines doing that and shares responding positively.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that we're still seeing the stock move 2 days after they reported. Like, typically you'd see the moves happen in the session right after or the session on the day, depending on if they were early or late. But we saw them down for a second day today.
And that might be because of the transparency, right? Like, we know how bad it's going to be. We can continue to trade like, against you for that.
Yeah, you laid it out for us, so we're going to trade on it. Supermicro, it's one of your top gainers in the S&P 500 today. Quite a pop.
Yeah, Supermicro kind of leading up a whole cadre of semiconductor stocks on the China sort of, the will they, won't they with the China tariffs. Are we cutting? Are we not? Right now, I guess people are taking any sort of good news they can get in that situation. Supermicro also up today. Dell, Monolithic Power, AMD, all among the top performing stocks in the S&P 500. And the reason being is all of them get double-digit amounts of their supplies from China. So if they are able to kind of claw back some of those costs, not going to be hit with triple-digit additional costs on a lot of these important inputs, that's only good news for these companies.
Just got about 30 seconds left here. Number one gainer in the S&P 500.
That's just because you love it, Carol. Well, this was on your list.
It was. It was one of my gainers today. Amphenol.
Great minds think alike.
APH. We don't talk about this a lot.
No, we were way off the beaten path here.
But it rallied.
I'm just hanging out. You guys are off the path. I'm just hanging out on the path.
At its highs up 16% today, finishing with about an 8% gain.
Yeah, it could have been the best move since 2009.
Yeah.
Still, a double-digit gainer today. So, really impressive. I think a lot of it raised its outlook. I mean, I don't think it's the only company that's done that this earnings season, but it's one of the few that I've seen. So I think, a really strong statement from management that they're going to be able to continue to grow through this period of uncertainty. I think a lot of it has to do with who their customers are. They have big customers. Apple's one of their top customers. Besides that, defense stocks. So it's all these companies with really kind of like big, robust backlogs that they're going to continue to need to build through this environment no matter what. So, a strong statement from the company today.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.